let's find a nice seated position on the mat. Move the fleshy part away so you can relax. Let's start our watches. Hands on our knees. And let's begin to relax. While you're relaxing, shut your eyes. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms. Relax your hands. Relax your legs. And relax your feet. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Deep breath in and let it out. One more time, in and out. Continue in this way. Now I want you to think about your intention. So the intention that I would like to set for this class today is working on our splits. Now you might think, oh my goodness, I can't do that. It's not about getting into the actual split, it's about trying, right? Coming to yoga is just trying. We're working on things. We don't have to be perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. But as long as you try, that's all that matters. So with that in mind, think about your intention for this class. Think about what you want to accomplish. Do you want to touch your toes? Do you want to touch your shins? For that split, do you want to work on half split? Do you want to achieve touching the floor in a high split? Breathe that intention in and breathe it out into fruition. Breathe it in and out. One more. And I want you to relax for just another minute or so. Breathing in positivity. Think about at least one good thing that happened to you today. Maybe you saw a really pretty flower. Maybe you saw a child laugh. Maybe you got to work on time. Maybe you finished reading a book. Whatever it is, breathe in positivity and exhale negativity. Breathe in positivity and let go of that negative energy. Give me 5 more breaths before we start the practice. And this is your last breath. Breathe in. Breathe out that stress from the day. Flutter our eyes open. And let's start in our seated position with rolling our necks out. Roll it out on the right. And switch, roll it out to the left. Bring your shoulders up to your ears and back down. Up to your ears and back down. Up and down. And this time I want you to roll them out. Roll it up, back and down, up, back and down. Push your hands on your knees and arch your back forward. Gaze goes up. And round your back. Arch your back, gaze is up. And round your back. One more time. And now let's float the arms up and float them down. Float them up and float them down. This time when you float them up, grab the right hand, grabs your left wrist and reach towards the right side of your body, pulling that left arm over. Feel the stretch. And now switch. Left hand grabs your right wrist, reach towards the left. One more time each side. And the other side. And now reach up, shoulders into your ears, reach, reach, reach. And slowly bring your arms down. Reach your right hand up. Bring it down to the floor. Left hand paints a rainbow to the ceiling and stretch to the side. Now let's try the other side. Left hand down, right hand overhead. One more each side. And now let's work on our back. So right hand goes up towards the ceiling, reaches back behind you, straight arm. Left hand pushes against that right knee and I want you to twist. Don't sit into yourself. Try to keep that back up nice and straight. Think about opening up that chest. Try to turn your gaze not towards the back of you, but maybe more towards the corner. Good, and let's counter stretch that. Good, and let's do the other side. Reach your left hand up, behind you, right hand on left knee, and twist. And let's counteract it. Okay. Let's meet in tabletop. Hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips. Let's make circles with our body. One side and the other side. Lean forward onto our wrists and lean back, neutral. Lean forward onto our wrists back to neutral. Forward, neutral. Last one. And now flex your feet onto the mat and lean back onto those toes. Feel that nice stretch in your foot. Back to neutral. Flex the feet even more if you can and push back. Back to neutral. Last time. Good, and now point the feet and lift up your knees so that you're pushing the tops of your feet onto the floor. Good, and now let's turn our wrist in towards our knees and let's make some small circles. And the other way. Just warming up our wrists. Lean forward, lean back, forward, and back. Let's put our hands back to the way they were supposed to, back to normal. And let's meet in downward facing dog. Since this is the beginning of our practice, our calves muscles and our hamstrings are probably really tight. So here you can walk it out. Feel the calf muscle start to slowly loosen up. Go up onto your tippy toes. Bend those knees. Push your chest against your knees and flatten your feet. Up on your tippy toes. Bend your knees. Push back. Feet flat. Repeat. And one more time. And let's move our hips down to meet in plank. Elbows in. Let's lower our chest for baby cobra. Push the mat to upward facing dog. Flex our feet and let's go to downward facing dog. Step up or jump forward. Hands above, meet in prayer position, down to our heart center. Raise our hands up towards the ceiling, swan dive forward, hands on the mat. Hands on your shins, look forward, flat back, monkey pose, and forward fold again. Step back with your right leg, bring the left to meet it, now you're in plank. Elbows in, lower yourself down, feet flat, meet in upward facing dog, push up to downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up, bend it, look out under your armpit, square the hips, bring your knee in between your hands, raise your hands up for warrior one. Let's open up to warrior two. Pivot that foot open. Bring your hand up above you. Paint the ceiling. And meet back in warrior two. Forearm onto your knee. Left arm overhead. Back to warrior two. And let's go back again. Warrior two. Forearm on your leg. And let's windmill the hands down. Meet in plank. And you can run through your vinyasa or meet in down dog. Left leg up. Open it up, look out onto your shoulder. Square your hips. Bring that leg in between your hands. Meet in warrior one. You should be facing forward. Bring the energy towards your front leg. Pivot the foot, back foot open, warrior two. Reach back with that left hand. Warrior two. Forearm on your leg, right hand reaches overhead. Back to warrior two. Left hand overhead. Warrior two. Forearm down. This is just warming up. We're going to warm up our muscles. Oh, windmill the hands down. Plank with that left foot. Chaturanga, run through your vinyasa if you want. Hugging the elbows into the midline. Step up or jump forward, arms up towards the ceiling, meet in prayer. Prayer hands down to your heart center. Reach the hands up, swan dive forward, hands on the mat. If you can, if you have to put them on your shins or you put them on blocks, that's fine. Hands on shins, look forward, flat back, forward fold. Step back into plank. Run through your vinyasa or meet in down dog. And from here, we're going to start working on our split very slowly, but we're going to try. So, right leg up. Bring it in to your nose. Hold it there. Bring it back up. Three-legged dog. Bring it back in, nose to knee. One more time, back up to three-legged dog. And this time, place it in between your hands. Lower that back leg, lower the knee. Don't let your knee go over your toes. You want it to be a straight line, okay? If you start leaning over too much, then it's really bad for your knee, okay? So hands on your side. If you can't do this, that's fine. You can place a towel or blocks on that back leg to assist you, okay? So here, you're leaning forward. So let's try to walk up, hands on our knees. Well, knee, one knee. Let's try hands up. And let's try some crescent lunge. Try to lean back just a little. Maybe one breath. Hands back down to your knee. Hand in prayer. And let's try twisting here. Hold it here wherever you are for 3 breaths. Hands back down. Flex that back foot lift it up for high lunge. Arms overhead again. Feel the energy going through your thighs. If you're shaking, don't worry, I am too. Arms back down, and let's try inside stretch. So you're going to stretch that, straighten that front leg as much as you can. Connect your nose to your knee. So front leg is straight, back leg is straight. You feel it in your hamstring. Breathe 3 breaths. Bend your leg again. Meet your knee to the mat. And this time, if you can try to grab that back leg and hold it here for 3 breaths. And hand back down to the mat. This time you're going to lean back onto that back leg. So you're making a 90-degree angle with your back leg, straightening that front leg. And if you need to shift it forward, you can. You want to make sure that back leg is at 90 degrees. And reach forward as much as you can. You can have blanket or blocks. That is fine. Walk your hands up, bend that front leg. Let's lunge, low lunge again, lunge forward. This time, let's walk that front foot out towards the side of the mat, bring our hands on the inside, and let's see if we can surrender down. Walk our hands up. Put your foot back in the middle. Low lunge forward. 2, bring yourself back. Remember, you might need to walk your front foot out a little bit. Back leg should be at 90 degrees. And stretch forward as much as you can. You can even give your hamstring a little massage. This helps loosen up that tightness. Now from here, if we're feeling up to it, you can try your split. You can put blocks underneath your hamstrings to help you. And each week, you'll get better and better. So you're going to slide that front leg forward and hold it. Let's try to hold it for 5 breaths. When you're here in your split, you don't want to lean back on your front leg. You want to make sure that your hips are squared and that the top of your thigh is on the mat. And you want to make sure that your shoulders are square. So you're facing forward. Your shoulders aren't to the side. Here. And if you can do a split, maybe you want to grab that back leg and stretch a little bit more. Maybe you want to surrender forward. Walk up, and if you're in the full split, just sit back, lean back, and bring your leg out very gently. And from here, let's go into child's pose. push up into downward facing dog. Let's lift that left leg up. Bring your knee to your nose. Back out, up for three-legged dog. Bring your knee in. One more time, up, three-legged dog. And bring your leg in between your hands for low lunge. Back knee, your right knee should be down on the mat. And just see how that feels. Both legs are going to feel different. One might be more flexible than the other, and that's okay. Unless you're a rhythmic gymnast, usually this is what happens. From here, let's walk up. Hands on our knees. Hands straight up overhead. Maybe we can lean back a little bit. If you can't, that is okay. It's your practice. Hands in prayer. And let's twist towards the outside of our legs. And bring our hands back down. Let's go to high lunge, so pushing that back leg up. Bring our hands overhead. And let's reach back for crescent lunge. Feel the energy through your thighs and your hamstrings. Shoulders down away from your ears. Breathe. Hands down. Let's straighten that front leg for straight leg lunge. You should look like a triangle facing your foot. Again, if you can't do this, you can have a slight bend in your leg and you can have blocks pushing down. Let's lean forward, back down to low lunge. See if you can grab that back leg, if possible. Back down, and now we're going to lean back. 90-degree angle with that back leg. Straightening that front leg, leaning forward. And if you have to pull the leg in front to make it not awkward, that is normally what we have to do. Let's lean forward again, low lunge. This time, lizard pose. Let's walk our foot to the outside of our mat and let's surrender if possible. Walk up your hands, bring your foot back in, lean back one more time, 90-degree angle with that back leg, leaning forward, straight leg. And now just for fun, let's try our left leg split. Again, this is going to feel different than your other leg. And hold it here for 5 breaths, if possible. You can lean forward, you can grab the back leg, you can hold yourself up like me, or you can use blocks. let's roll back onto that hip. Bring the leg together and let's go into child's pose. Let's meet in down dog. Pedal out those legs. Maybe now everything is all warmed up. Walk up or jump forward. Bring your hands up towards the ceiling to meet in prayer. Bring them down to your heart center. And let's meet in tree pose. Tadasana, mountain pose. Hands to your side, palms facing forward, feet together. And just take a moment to check in with your body. Spread the legs back out a little bit, just one toe away. And let's go into chair pose. Your seat goes back, arms go up towards your ears. Bring that navel in and up. And let's forward fold. Flat back, gazes forward, monkey, and forward fold. Right leg back, left leg back, plank. As you lower yourself for chaturanga, elbows hugging the midline, baby cobra to upward facing dog. Shoulders away from those ears. Flex your feet, downward facing dog. Walk up or jump forward. Hands up towards the ceiling. Meet in prayer. And now let's try for some balancing stretched work. So we worked on our splits, and now I would like us to work on something with balancing and our stretch that we just worked on. So first, we're going to work on tree. So let's meet in mountain. Relax. Pick a spot on the wall that you're going to concentrate on. Hands in prayer. Right foot bend, so the big toe is on the mat. If you can, lift your foot to your ankle. If you're feeling better, bring your foot to your shin. And if you're really feeling great, bring your foot all the way up towards your thigh. You can lift it up with your hand. From here, let's open up our branches in tree pose. Maybe if you're feeling up to it, you can even try to look up. Whoa. Change your gaze forward, hands in prayer. Knee in front, release that foot. Walk it out, and let's try the other leg. Spot something on in front of you. In mountain pose, relax. Lean to your right, flex that left foot, bring it to your ankle, bring it to your shin, and lift it up to your thigh. Hands in prayer. Let's open up our branches, and here you might be better on one side than another side. Surprisingly, you might be better on your right side, but then you might have a better left split. Everybody's different. Hands back in prayer. Lift that knee up to release. Let's walk our legs out, release the tension. And now for some more fun stuff. So for big toe stretch, big toe pose, spot something in front of you in mountain pose. Lean to your left, bend your right knee, toe is on the floor. Bring that knee up. You can either hug your knee if that's all you can do. If you're feeling up to it, grab that big toe, hand on your hip, and see if you can bring it in front of you. See if you can then look down at it and meet your nose to your knee. Then you can even bring it out to the side. Bring it back in front. Bend it while you're still holding. Grab your shin and release it down. Whew, good job. Let's walk it out. Release that tension from the other foot. And let's try the other side. Meet in Tadasana, mountain. Concentrate on something in front of you. Lean to your right. Bend that left leg slowly up. Bring it up, up, up. Grab your shin, and you can hold this pose. This is the beginning pose. If not, you can grab your big toe, hand on your hip, and bring your leg straight out. Maybe you want to look at your knee. Maybe you want to bring your chest to your knee or your nose to your knee. Then you can open it up. Bring your leg in front, bend it, grab your shin, and release it down. Walk your feet out. Ooh, good job. That was hard, right? Okay, let's walk back to the front of our mats, and let's forward fold. Let's hold this pose for a moment. Grab the outside of our elbows and just sway. Shake your head no. Shake your head yes. Hands on the floor. Flat back or monkey. Forward fold. Right leg back, left leg back in plank. Chaturanga. Downward facing dog. Let's go into child's pose and let's just rest a little bit. Let's hold it here for 5 breaths. And let's go into downward facing dog. And we're going to go back to the beginning of our class. And just run through everything one more time. Right leg up. Open it up. Look out under your shoulder, under your armpit. Bring your knee into between your hands for warrior one. Open it up to warrior two. Let's go back. Warrior two. Forearm on your knee, left arm overhead. Back to warrior two. Oops. Lean back. Warrior two. Lean forward. Windmill the hands down. Right leg meets the left. Chaturanga. Into downward facing dog. Left leg up behind you. Look out under that armpit. Square your hips. Bring your knee in between your hands for warrior one. Open up to warrior two. Lean back. Warrior two. Forearm onto your knee, arm overhead. Warrior two. Lean back. Warrior two. And lean on your leg one more time. Back down to the mat. Plank. Chaturanga. To downward facing dog. Let's meet lying on our backs. And just hold this pose. Just lying there. Let your feet float open. Let your back relax. Release. Feel the tension being released. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Bring your right knee in, grab the shin, rotate your ankle one side, rotate it the other way, and now the knee. Rotate it one side and the other side. You can use a towel here. You can put it around your foot for a nice stretch. If not, you can grab your foot, pull it in towards your body. If this is still too hard, you can always bend that bottom leg. One hand on the outside of that foot and bring it out towards the side. Don't let yourself roll over. So what I like to do is I'll hold my hip down, or I'll grab my waist, or I can even put my hand out. Bend that leg back in and counter stretch. Bring it into the inside. And bring it down. Bring your left leg in, roll out your ankle, one side and the other side. Rotate your knee and the other way. And now for the stretch. If you have to use a strap or towels to wrap around your foot, you can. You can also bend that bottom leg, and you don't have to straighten that top leg so much. You can even massage it, that helps. And now you can bring it to the side. Remember that right hips should stay planted. So whatever you need to do to keep it planted. Bring it back in, bend your leg, and counter stretch it. Bring it to the other side. And look out over the opposite shoulder. Maybe your back cracks like mine just did. And bring it back in. And now bring both knees in, rotate them one way. And the other way. Open them up, feet together. Roll side to side. Grab you into your big toe for happy baby. Bring your feet back together. And feet down. And let's get ready for our resting pose. You can do this however you want. This is the last part of our class where you just rest. For Savasana, you can sit up, you can lay down, you can have your feet straight. This is your time to recuperate. Think about what you just did. Think about that intention you set for yourself. Were you able to accomplish it? If not, don't be hard on yourself. There's always your next practice. And each practice gets better. Feel your muscles and your aches and pains being released. Start to bring your awareness back. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. Start to flutter your eyes open. Roll onto your right side for fetus. And let's push our hands against the mat so we can go up to a seated position. Let's meet in butterfly. Move the fleshy part away from you. And let's put our hands in prayer. Be thankful. Have some gratitude to yourself for coming today, for showing up, for doing as much as you did, more than you did this last time, and you'll do more next time. Be thankful for those around you. Be thankful that you have the opportunity to come. Let's place our prayer hands onto our forehead. May you live your life to the fullest. Place your hands on your lips. May you always speak your truth. And place your hands on your heart. May you live in love with an open heart. Live life, love life. Namaste.